The Parshah of Pinchas opens with Hashem saying to Moses, "Pinchas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, has turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, in that he was zealous for my sake among them. And I did not consume the children of Israel in my jealousy." As related in the closing verses of last week's Parsha, a plague had broken out among the people of Israel when they sinned with the daughters of Midian and worshipped the idol Peor. When Zimri, a Simeonite prince, took a Midianite princess into his tent before the eyes of Moses and the people, Pinchas killed them both, stopping the plague. Therefore, Hashem says, "Behold, I give to him my covenant of peace, and it shall be to him and his seed after him the covenant of an everlasting priesthood." Hashem then tells Moses to wage war against the Midianites, for they are enemies to you, in their plottings against you on the matter of Peor, and the matter of their sister Cosbi, daughter of the prince of Midian, who was slain on the day of the plague. If you like this style of content, please do not forget to like and subscribe so we can continue to bring these stories to life. In the opening chapters of the book of Numbers, back in the Parsha of Bamidbar, we read of the census of Israel conducted 1 year after the Exodus. It is now 39 years later. That entire generation has died out, and a new generation has grown up to enter the promised land in their stead. In the wake of the plague which Pinchas stopped, Hashem instructs Moses and Eleazar to conduct another count. The totals for each tribe in the new census are as follows: Reuben 43,730, Simeon 22,200, Gad 4,500, Judah 76,500, Issachar 64,300, Zebulun 6,500, Manasseh 52,700, Ephraim 32,500, Benjamin 45,600, Dan 64,400, Asher 53,400, Naphtali 45,400. The tribe of Levi, which did not receive a share in the land, was counted separately and numbered 23,000. Hashem said to Moses, "Among these shall the land be apportioned as an inheritance, according to the number of names. To the more numerous you shall increase their inheritance, and to the fewer you shall lessen their inheritance. Nevertheless, the land shall be divided by lot. According to the lot shall their inheritance be divided, whether many or few." Machlah, Noah, Chagla, Milcah, and Tirzah were the 5 daughters of Tzelafchad, the son of Chapher, the son of Gilead, the son of Manasseh, and they had a petition to present to Moses. They stood before Moses, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the princes and all the congregation, by the door of the tent of meeting, saying, "Our father died in the desert. He was not in the company of those who gathered themselves together against Hashem in the company of Korach, but he died in his own sin and had no sons. Why should the name of our father be eliminated from his family because he has no son? Give us an estate in the land among the brothers of our father." Moses brought their judgment before Hashem. Hashem replies, "The daughters of Tzelafchad speak rightly. You shall surely give them a possession of inheritance among their father's brethren, and you shall cause the inheritance of their father to pass to them." Hashem then proceeds to include this provision in the Torah's laws of inheritance. "You shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a man dies and has no son, then you shall pass his inheritance on to his daughter. If he has no daughter, then you shall give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, then you shall give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father has no brothers, then you shall give his inheritance to his kinsman, that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be to the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as Hashem commanded Moses." Hashem commands Moses to climb the Avarim mountain and see the land which I have given to the children of Israel. "You shall see it, and then you shall be gathered to your people. as Aaron your brother was gathered. Moses spoke to Hashem, saying, O Lord, Hashem of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, who shall go out before them, and who shall go in before them, who shall lead them out, and who shall bring them in, so that the congregation of Hashem not be as sheep that have no shepherd. Hashem said to Moses, Take Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom there is spirit, and lay your hand upon him. Set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and charge him before their eyes. You shall place of your glory upon him, in order that all the congregation of the children of Israel shall obey him. Moses did as Hashem commanded him. The Parshah of Pinchas concludes with a detailed list of the communal offerings to be brought by the people as a whole in the sanctuary. There are the daily offerings: 2 yearling lambs without blemish, day by day. The one lamb shall you offer in the morning, and the other lamb shall you offer at evening. These are accompanied by 1/10 part of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with the 4th part of a hin of beaten oil, and its drink offering shall be the 4th part of a hin of wine. Then there are the additional offerings, brought on special occasions, each in its appointed season. On Shabbat, 2 yearling lambs are to be offered, in addition to the 2 brought every day. On Rosh Chodesh, head of the month, there are added 2 bullocks, 1 ram, and 7 sheep, plus a he-goat as a sin offering. The same additional offerings are to be brought on each of the 7 days of Passover and on the festival of Shavuot. On Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Shemini Atzeret, the additional offerings consisted of the same, except that only 1 bullock was brought instead of 2. On Yom Kippur, there were other offerings connected with the day's service, as related in the Parshah of Acharei Mot. On the 7 days of Sukkot, the number of communal offerings increases greatly. Each day there are 14 sheep instead of 7. 13 bullocks are brought on the first day, 12 on the second, 11 on the third, and so on in descending order until the 7th day, when 7 bullocks are offered, bringing the total of bullocks over the 7 days of the festival to 70. The next day, however, being the festival of Shemini Atzeret, only 1 bullock is offered. With each of the animals is brought the prescribed meal, wine, and oil supplements, 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour, and half a hin, each of wine and oil per bullock, 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour, and 1/3 of a hin of each of the liquids for each ram, and 1/10 and 1/4, respectively, for each lamb.